Good evening. You're watching USA News. I'm your anchor, John, and tonight we bring you a deeply complex and controversial story unfolding in California, one that sits at the intersection of law enforcement, veteran rights, workplace policy, and public trust. At the center of this developing situation is Riverside Police Chief Larry Gonzalez, and a decision that has sparked legal battles, public debate, and growing national attention. 3 police officers, all military veterans, have been terminated from the Riverside Police Department. Their names, Timothy Popplewell, Richard Cranford, and Raymond Olivares. Their alleged violation, displaying disabled veteran license plates on their personal vehicles. But as we'll explore tonight, this case is about far more than license plates. It's about how disability is defined. It's about whether veterans are being treated fairly. This controversy began quietly, but has now exploded into a full-scale legal and political showdown. The 3 officers, all of whom served in the military, hold 100% disability ratings from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. That designation qualifies them under California law for Disabled Veteran, or DV, license plates. These plates come with certain benefits. Among them, exemption from vehicle registration fees and parking meter charges. However, according to Riverside officials, those benefits, and the message they send, became a concern. Police leadership, under Chief Larry Gonzalez, reportedly questioned whether officers actively serving in physically demanding patrol roles should be displaying plates that imply severe disability. The situation escalated when the officers were asked to remove the plates, and refused. Shortly after, they were placed on administrative leave. Months later, the decision came down. Termination. The legal battle begins. In response, the officers filed a lawsuit against the city. Their claim is serious and potentially precedent-setting. They argue that the department's actions amount to discrimination based on their status as disabled veterans. According to their legal team, a 100% disability rating from the VA does not necessarily mean an individual is physically incapable of performing their job. Instead, it can reflect a combination of service-related conditions, some visible, some not. Conditions like PTSD, hearing loss, chronic pain, or internal injuries may qualify, even if the individual appears outwardly capable. The officer's argument is clear. They followed the law, they qualified for the plates, and they were punished for it. The city's position. On the other side, Riverside officials have remained cautious and largely silent. Citing confidentiality rules surrounding personnel matters, the city has declined to provide detailed public explanations. However, reports indicate the department conducted an internal affairs investigation into whether the plates were properly obtained. There are also concerns about perception. Officials argue that allowing active-duty police officers to display disabled veteran plates could undermine public confidence, especially if those officers appear fully capable in their duties. In simple terms, the concern is this: does the use of these plates create a contradiction? And if so, does that contradiction matter? What the law says. To understand this case, we need to look at how disabled veteran plates actually work. In California, DV plates are available to veterans who meet strict eligibility criteria. This typically includes individuals with a 100% disability rating from the VA, or those with significant mobility impairments. Applicants must provide official certification, either from a medical professional or a veterans agency. And importantly, misuse of these plates can carry serious consequences, including revocation and penalties. But here's the key issue. There is no law that prohibits someone with a 100% disability rating from working, even in physically demanding roles. And that's where this case enters a legal gray area. The role of Chief Larry Gonzalez. Police Chief Larry Gonzalez now finds himself at the center of this storm. Reports indicate that the decision to terminate the officers came after a closed-door city council session, where a potential settlement was discussed and ultimately rejected. Following that decision, termination proceedings moved forward. Critics argue that the move was excessive. Supporters say it was necessary to maintain integrity within the department. Either way, Gonzalez's leadership is now under intense scrutiny. Public reaction and controversy. This story is not unfolding in isolation. The Riverside Police Department has already faced public criticism in recent months. One of the terminated officers, Timothy Popplewell, was previously involved in a widely circulated incident in which he destroyed a civilian's skateboard. That incident resulted in misdemeanor charges, which were later dismissed after fines were paid and community service was completed. While unrelated to the current case, critics say it has added fuel to the fire, raising broader questions about accountability within the department. Meanwhile, veterans advocacy groups are watching closely. For many, this case represents something bigger than 3 officers. It raises concerns about how veterans, particularly those with invisible disabilities, are treated in the workplace. What happens next? The story is far from over. The 3 officers are entitled to what's known as a Skelly hearing, a formal administrative process that allows public employees to challenge disciplinary actions before they become final. During this hearing, they can review the evidence against them and present their defense. If the terminations are upheld, the case could move into civil court, where broader legal questions may be addressed. Union representatives have already indicated they are prepared to fight the decision through every available channel. Legal experts say the outcome could have nationwide implications. The bigger questions. At its core, this case raises several difficult questions. What does it mean to be disabled in today's world? Can someone be both fully capable and legally disabled at the same time? And should employers have the authority to challenge that status? For police departments, the issue becomes even more complex. Officers are expected to meet high physical standards, but they are also protected under employment and disability laws. Balancing those realities is no easy task. A national conversation. This case is already gaining attention beyond California. Legal analysts suggest it could become a test case for how public agencies handle employees with VA disability ratings. If the officers succeed, it may strengthen protections for veterans in the workplace. If the city prevails, it could give employers more authority to question how disability status is presented, especially in public-facing roles. Either outcome will likely shape policy discussions for years to come. Tonight's story is not just about policy. It's about people. 3 veterans who served their country. A police department trying to maintain public trust, and a legal system now tasked with finding the balance between the two. As this case moves forward, one thing is certain. The decisions made here will echo far beyond Riverside. We will continue to follow every development and bring you updates as they unfold. For now, that's all for this segment. I'm your anchor, and you're watching USA News. Stay with us.